Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Levinson, managing partner with Levinson and Associates. With me today, we have the Joseph Lochran, our marketing vice president, and then we have one of the top annuity consultants, okay, in the industry, in my opinion. And I think you've probably heard him speak before at our presentations, seminars, webinars. And there's no one that knows the annuity space better than Chris. And I think after you hear him speak, you will agree. And what's neat about Chris and what he brings to the table is he's not just another carrier VP where you're going to hear that, hey, the North American products are so great or the Equitrust caps are the best around. No, he's going to give you the 100-foot overview of all of the hot products in carriers, okay? He's not biased or doesn't have a vested interest in no matter what you're selling. So I love getting his take, and I think that our agents are always better off listening to a true consultant rather than an annuity carrier VP that obviously is going to push everyone in one direction, which benefits that specific VP. So nothing against our vice presidents from our multiple carriers, okay, but I always like to hear an independent opinion, and that's exactly what we're going to get today. So you're going to hear about what's hot, what's not in the annuity space. We're going to talk all about the latest incentives. We have some really neat stuff to go over. And don't forget, if you look at, let's say, a 3-year look back as far as annuity rates are concerned, we're still in the best place that we've been in the past 3 years. So that paired up with some awesome new incentives, I think everyone is going to walk away with some great nuggets of information today. Also, I'm going to add that we have a lot of agents on today's call. Some are focused primarily on the life insurance space, some health, P&C, and maybe they've never written an annuity before, or maybe we have, and I notice a few names right in front of me, we have some annuity veterans that are professionals in this space. And the point of today's call is everyone that's listening is going to have some great takeaways, okay? If you can learn a little bit today and make a new sale, if you're an annuity veteran or if you're an annuity rookie, okay, then in my opinion, that's a win-win across the board, and that's the goal of today's presentation. Jot down any notes, questions, comments, good, bad, and different. We want to hear from you. Please, I can't stress it enough. We have a question box in the bottom right corner. You can type in any questions. If it's something that is going to take a few minutes to get back to you, then we'll probably wait till after the webinar. But if it's a quick 1, 2, 3 answer, then we will answer immediately as we're presenting. So I'm going to talk for about 5 minutes just to show you some ins and outs throughout the Levinson annuity section of our website. And then Chris, our feature presenter, is going to take the wheel, run for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then Joe will wrap up. And then, best part, we're going to announce the tablet winner. So we are giving away a free Amazon Fire 16 gig tablet to the 100th registrant on today's presentation. We'll announce the winner at the end of today's call, and we'll mail that out this week. Okay, so what's new at Levinson? So a couple things I want to touch on. First of all, what's unique with us, okay, obviously there's other agencies that market annuities. What's unique is we have direct IMO access. So there's not built-in layers. You know, you hear a lot lately about these multi-level marketing schemes, okay? And what people don't realize, and I'm not going to mention any names, is there's like 7 GAs and AGAs and MGAs and MGA2s that all have their hand in the pot. They're all taking a piece of your commissions, okay? So if you work with us, great. If you don't, that's okay too. I'm not going to tell you that anyone is bad or, you know, they don't do things the right way, but it's up to you to ask the right questions, okay, and find out how many people are you reporting to. because I'll tell you, most of the time we get these calls from agents and they don't realize there's literally 5 to 10 levels in between them and the carrier. So ask the right questions. What's unique is we are a direct IMO on the life and annuity side. So very, very important to know. Also, we have the exclusive scholarship program that you're going to hear about in a few minutes. So any annuity you sell that is with a qualified carrier, you can give that client, okay, for let's say their children or grandchildren or any blood relative, 1 year free scholarship to any of our 400 plus universities across the country. So that's a huge differentiator, especially for seminars and webinars. So I'm going to talk about that in just a few more minutes. What's also new here at Levinson is the Bill Levinson Experience podcast. So Chris is going to be one of our guest speakers throughout 2019, where we're going to focus just on annuities. Next Monday night, I'm flying out to New York City. I'm interviewing Gary Vaynerchuk, VaynerMedia. He is the world's top marketing guru. Okay, if you haven't heard of him, you can do a search. Gary Vaynerchuk is the name. I'm sitting with him for an hour. We're going to talk all about marketing in 2019 and how you can get your name out there with videos and social media and driving traffic to your website. So that is going to be huge. I promise everyone. Okay, I'm flying out to New York just to do this for an hour with him. So you can imagine how excited I am. This guy's been my mentor for years and my idol, in fact. So I'm very, very excited about this opportunity. The podcast is available now on iTunes, Spotify, Google, YouTube, also through our website. It's free for everyone, and I hope everyone listens in driving to your next appointment or on your way to the office. I think that it's really built to give you some motivation and inspiration, yes, in the insurance space, but also in your personal life, okay? And I think you're going to hear some great stories, especially the first one is with Jeff Levitet, Cleveland Clinic's Man of the Year, Forbes 150 guy, year after year. He's got some great takeaways. So tune in, check it out. Let me know what you think. I'm so excited about the first ever Insurance IMO Bill Levinson Experience podcast. Okay, moving forward here, I'm going to show you just some quick ins and outs throughout the Levinson website on the annuity section. So all of this information is updated in real time, so you don't have to worry about an outdated or updated product or form or rate, whatever the case is. So you can always rely on this, especially if you're at an appointment and you need some quick information. If you hover over products, it says Annuity Solution Center. Click there, and this is a full matrix with all products details, financial snapshots. On the right side, you can look at all of the updated MIGA rates. We have a full matrix for all different types of annuities built in to the site. Okay, also, real quick, we show you a spreadsheet on the next slide here, and you can download this, print it, save it to your computer. All of our fixed products are located on this spreadsheet that you're looking at in front of you. On the left side, right side is all MIGA rates. Everything available for you, and you can sit down with your client and show them either through a webinar or face-to-face, whatever easier and better for you. The annuity quote engine, again, updated in real-time fashion, everything at your fingertips. Same section where it says Annuity Solution Center, it'll say Annuity Quote Engine. You can hover over there. You see the box in green, and then you put in some basic criteria, and the system will spit out the latest rates, products, carriers for that particular client. Okay, consumer material. So you're all excited now. You want to start marketing and get the name and word out there, right? We all know if you're, let's say, Bill Levinson and you're the local South Florida insurance agent, you want everyone to know when they think annuities or investment products or life insurance, you want them to think Bill Levinson, okay? And remember your name, your logo, your picture, whatever it takes. So start to get the message out, especially through e-blasts. If you want to make a quick 1-minute video tonight with your spouse, great. All of this information is consumer approved. So you can start marketing yourself today, literally this afternoon. So don't miss that opportunity. And if I was a life insurance agent working in the retail space, I'll tell you right now, all of my social media pages, my website, my monthly e-blasts and newsletters, everything that my name is on would also mention annuities, okay? Because again, you want people to remember. You don't want to be the agent, right, that has the client that you run into at the local grocery store, and Shelly says to you, Bill Levinson, hey Bill, how have you been? I haven't seen you in so long, and blah blah blah. And then Shelly says to you, the life insurance agent, hey, I just bought one of these long-term care policies last week. And you say, well, Shelly, I'm your life insurance agent. I sold you your 20-year term 5 years ago. Why didn't you call me? And Shelly says, well, Bill, I didn't know you sold long-term care insurance, or I would have called you. Well, guess what? Shame on Bill Levinson for not letting all of his clients know that, yes, he handles life insurance, but he also handles long-term care and annuities. And it's my fault for not sending that e-blast every month to my clients and then always adding a tagline at the bottom, life, health, annuity, long-term care. So when Shelly gets that long-term care email from the local long-term care agent, she says, oh, no, I'm not buying from Seth. I'm buying from Bill Levinson because I trust him and he handles my life insurance. And I remember every stupid monthly email I get with Bill's picture on the bottom, it says long-term care, and I'm going to call Bill Levinson when it comes to all my insurance needs. So don't be that guy or girl. Make sure every one of your clients and prospects knows that you handle all lines, including annuities. Very, very important. Okay, so by being a Levinson agent, you get access for free to our exclusive scholarship program. So every one of those companies on the left side, you can just take a look at the logos there. Every single annuity product comes with our scholarship program for free. And what's so neat about this is if you like to host seminars or webinars, okay, and you want to have a Ponderosa buffet for everyone that attends your seminar, that's fine, okay, but you can also give every single person that attends your seminar or webinar a $500 free scholarship gift card, even if they don't buy anything from you, just by coming to your seminar or webinar or appointment, okay? And you get free access to all of this. There's no gray area or small print. It's that simple. If you're appointed with us, with any of those carriers, left side, you get free access. In fact, what I'm going to do, if you are appointed or you want to get appointed with any of those carriers on the left side in the annuity space, I'll mail out the free scholarship pin. You can see I'm wearing it in that picture on the right side. We have some agents that walk around with these pins literally all day on the weekends to their kids' sports games because it brings up conversation. Tell me about free scholarships, right? Most people have kids or grandchildren or family members that are going into college soon, or kids that are thinking about college. So now is the time you bring up life insurance or annuities. This is just a way to get your foot in the door. And then we have a bunch of marketing material all built around our scholarship program. We have more colleges than ever that are participating. So now is the time. Get appointed with one of those carriers. I'll mail you out the free scholarship pin today. Okay, the MAP program. Now, what we did real quick, and then I'm going to introduce our feature presenter because I get a little long-winded. And by the way, before I move on, as soon as Chris is done speaking, okay, yes, I'm going to announce the free tablet winner, and I'm also going to share two good books, actually one great book and one documentary, and I want to tell you the message behind these, and I want everyone to check these two things out as soon as you can, and I want to know your thoughts, because you talk about mindset and motivation. These two things were a game changer for me. So I'm going to share as soon as Chris is done. So real quick, that one of the newest incentives that we put together, and then by the way, Chris also is going to share some new incentives, but I'm going to give everyone just a sneak peek on what we're doing here at Levinson above and beyond what the carriers are doing, okay? So this is a chance to get 2 or 3 incentives with every annuity sale. So Real quick, on the bottom, bronze level, write your first application, at least $50,000 of a deposit or higher. 50 grand annuity is not much, folks. Okay, just that gets you $100 cash. Done. Now, as you can see on the left side, as the premium deposits get higher, so does the cash and lead program participation, okay? So this is a great way for you to take advantage of a bunch of free incentives, including lead programs, E&O, straight up cash. We have different trips that are part of the package. We're going to email this out to everybody that's on today's call, and you will also get a bunch of marketing material that we already touched on, so you can start branding and marketing yourself today as the local annuity agent, okay, which is the most important takeaway from today's call. Okay, moving forward, I'm not going to rant any longer. I'm going to introduce our feature presenter. In my opinion, one of the top annuity consultants in the industry today. Christopher is joining us right now. Chris, you there?
I'm here, Bill. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Outstanding. And are you able to view my screen okay? I saw you guys just shared that with me.
Yep, perfect.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. Well, folks, thank you so much for having me. Bill, thank you for having me as always. Joe, I really appreciate it as well. And of course, working with Josh Hoffman is always outstanding. You guys have such great resources here at Levinson and Associates. And I'll be honest, I'm actually looking forward to listening to Bill work with Gary Vaynerchuk on that podcast as well. I pay a lot of attention to Gary and actually met him about 10 years ago as well. So that's very cool. But with that being said, it's understandable why you guys are doing so much with Levinson. They have so many tools at your disposal. I'm here, as Bill said, as kind of a third party to just kind of give you a bit of a 100-foot overview of 2019, where we're headed with annuities. I want to dive into a few incentives as well that Bill was talking about, and then cover a few client needs and products that could be a good fit for you. And folks, we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. 2019, where are we headed? It's hard to believe it's already the middle of March. It's really impossible to believe that here in 2019. We're inching closer and closer to 2020 as it is. But with that being said, there's still a lot of time left here in 2019. And we're seeing a lot of innovation. If you look at your screens now, a lot of innovation on the annuity side. It has us with a lot of reasons to be excited right now to be in this fixed annuity space. Of course, we have regulations behind us that were peppering us back in 2016, 17, even early into 2018. Those days are behind us. We are moving forward. Carriers are moving forward. A lot of things are happening here with innovation. I just want to dive into a few of those innovative things that are happening with fixed annuities right now. Let's start off with better rates and caps. Bill opened up by saying we have better rates and caps out there right now. Better rates and caps than we've seen over the past 3 years, really, is what we're experiencing right now in the fixed annuity space. You have companies getting creative with different indexes, no cap indexes, getting different funds involved for these indexes that are daily managed, volatility control, folks. If you've seen those types of things out there, these are outstanding indexes that can give you a lot of peace of mind when you're making these FIA sales as well. To go into another innovation that we're having here with fixed annuities, more liquidity options. More liquidity options. What's a big deterrent for folks when they think about annuities, or when annuities are talked negatively about in the news or on podcasts or on the radio? They say you don't have any access to your money. Well, folks, that is changing. A lot of products allow 10% free withdrawals right out of the gate, but you're seeing even more liquidity options available. In fact, at the end of this presentation, I'm going to show you a couple products with some outstanding liquidity options so your clients have more access to their money as well. More long-term care needs addressed. Kind of our third innovation that we're seeing. Folks, more and more long-term care needs are being addressed out there. This is such an exciting one to me. You have an aging population out there. You have a population where long-term care is a very big concern. And not only that, some carriers have really dropped the ball, like Bill says, not naming names, but some carriers have really dropped the ball on the long-term care side here with premiums inching up and up and up. Well, with that being said, there are fixed annuities out there that can help those clients who maybe can't qualify for long-term care, or maybe just need another option for long-term care A lot of products are doing that for you. And I have again, at the end of this presentation, I'm going to show you a product that can address those long-term care needs for you as well. Better guaranteed lifetime income growth, just another innovation. You're seeing companies get more and more creative with that guaranteed lifetime income stream with FIAs. Again, as a third party here, I can talk about around 40 different carriers out there that are getting better lifetime income growth for your clients. A lot of options out there, a lot of different tools that Josh Hoffman, for example, can use to run for you so that you can take a look at what different lifetime guarantees are out there as far as income. And finally, shorter surrender periods, simpler products. If you're familiar, and like Bill said, there seem to be some veteran annuity agents out there on this call right now. If you've seen these products and you're familiar with the DOL rule that was possibly happening at the beginning of last year, they forced a lot of headaches in the industry, but I think one thing that came positive of the DOL rule is that you're seeing some shorter surrender periods pop up again. FIA products with 5-year surrenders, 7-year surrenders. Just a lot more products that are out there that can really perform for your clients and are under 10-year surrender periods. And finally, simpler products too. I think a big benefit of the Department of Labor rule, you have some simpler products out there too that are easier for clients to understand, fewer moving parts, just a lot of innovation happening. A big one that I just want to talk about, I'm kind of highlighting this one for you. And if you do some annuity sales now, you know that some of these 1035 transfers, some of these exchanges can take a while here. You might be taking qualified money out of a Morgan Stanley account and it's just dragging its feet on you. We're hoping to see faster transfers by the end of 2019 into 2020. Using technology to speed up these transfers, making the process more universal among transfer companies, and really reducing that time from the time you write that application to issue. If you've written an annuity, you know that having cash with an application or a check can get it issued very quickly, but when you fill out that 1035 transfer paperwork, maybe not so much, right? Well, I'm hoping that that can be something that they work on, they fix, and something that they can make much better here by the end of the year into next year as well. So that's just some of the innovation that we're seeing with annuities going into this year. But now I want to talk about maybe some of the problems your clients are facing here in 2019. What are some problems that your senior clients, maybe your clients ages 40 and above, let's say, are starting to experience and are going to experience as we move forward? Well, folks, as I mentioned before, we have an aging population in this country. We have an aging population who have more long-term care needs that need to be addressed, who don't know what to do with their retirement. And that's where fixed index annuities can be such a powerful tool for you to discuss. And I love what Bill is saying. You know, if you leave a home as a life insurance agent, you make that 20-year term sale with the company, and you walk out of the house, what are you to that client? You're just the life insurance agent, right? If they don't know you're talking about annuities, or if you sell annuities, how are they going to know to ask you about annuities? And this population that we're seeing that's just aging, I'm going to switch slides here real fast. This is probably a statistic you've seen in the past, maybe with a life insurance carrier, maybe a VP of a company has shown you this before. By 2040, 1 in 5 Americans will be over the age of 65. It's according to the AARP. Maybe you've seen that one piece that says 10,000 people a day are turning age 65. Folks, these are clients who don't need to be in the market at this point. If they are not working and they have a concern about their money, they have a concern about their money in a volatile marketplace, they need to get that into a fixed product like a fixed traditional annuity or a fixed index annuity that can help that principal security, making sure that those funds they've worked so hard to save up for don't go out of sight. And that's another one I want to talk about for you. What upcoming problems do your clients face? Market volatility. We are seeing a pretty wild stock market here over the past couple of years. In 2016, the stock market jumped up. In 2017, the stock market jumped up. In 2018, we saw a little bit of a dip, right? We didn't see much growth there. This year, we're seeing more growth here in January, but now we're not so sure what's going to happen in this marketplace. Even if your clients aren't financially savvy, maybe if they don't understand the stock market that well, surely they're seeing the news and they kind of get a point that this market is very volatile. I mean, look what's happening with stocks with with some bad news out there. You're looking at Facebook. If there's negativity in the press, what's going to happen to their stock? It's going to start fluctuating. You see what's going on with Boeing and things like that. When tragedies happen, it affects the market as a whole because some of these countries are so massive. Now, if you're 30 years old on this call, that's okay. You have time to recover from any market losses. But if you're one of these folks turning 65 this year, one of those 10,000 turning 65 with the hope to retire, that can be a very scary thing. And a fixed index annuity can help protect that principal you've worked so hard to save. And then another problem, I just switched slides on you real fast. Another problem that clients are facing, what about this possible upcoming recession that you're hearing about in the news? Folks, we're in the longest bull run market in history right now. The longest bull market that we have ever seen in our history. It's not going to be long until we see this turn into a bear market. And it's not a political stance. It's nothing like that. It's just the way the market works. Every few years, you're going to see a bear market happen. It's just a matter of when instead of if at this point. And this could be a possible recession that's on the way as well. Here are some articles that I have right in front of you. Is the next recession on its way? This is a Forbes article that we see here. 2/3 of U.S. business economists see a recession by the end of 2020. By the end of 2020. What happens in a lot of these recessions? The market can drop 20 to 30 to 35%, like we saw in 2008 with the market crash. It's a very scary thing. Again, for those clients near retirement, it's a very scary thing. And based on these articles here, it's not far away either, folks. It's not far away. And I've kind of gone over this. If you sat on these quarterly webinars with me before, your clients have been through a lot of turbulent times, folks. They've seen the dot-com bubble burst in 2000, where there was a lot of hype in those dot-com stocks. They saw that market drop violently. They've seen corporate greed in the form of Enron, too, in their saving years. Let's think about a client who's 60 years old. Heck, they were 40 when all of this was happening with the dot-com bubble bursting. They were in their prime investing years. They've seen things like Enron that took place. They saw the financial crisis happen in 2008, where the market dropped 34 to 38% on them. We don't want to let 2020 be another crisis like that. Oh, my mouse is messing up here. Let me get that back. There we go. We don't want 2020 to be another crisis that your clients have to deal with. And that's where having that annuity conversation with them can really come in handy. Here's an article that I really like. We are due a recession in 2020 and we lack the tools to fight it. This is an article from The Guardian. We are due a recession in 2020 and we lack the tools to fight it. Well, folks, the good news is, good agents on the phone here, agents with Levinson and Associates, you do not lack the tools to fight it. You have so many tools. Bill just went over a lot of tools for you that you have to talk to your clients about fixed annuities. You have so many tools here, and I'm going to introduce a few of them here that I think you can use on top of what Bill was talking about. Remember your benefits to fixed annuities. Remember why you need to have this conversation with your clients about fixed annuities. You're talking about liquidity. Your clients have access to their money. Different products have different types of access. That's always something Josh Hoffman can go over with you. You have income. What's completely unique to an annuity product? The ability to annuitize it for an income for the rest of your client's life. Completely unique to annuities there, and the ability with income riders to create that income stream for your clients as well. Tax deferral. Tax deferral, right? Another huge benefit to fixed annuities. You don't get that with CDs, do you? You have to pay taxes on those gains every single year. But with an annuity, you get to earn compound interest on top of compound interest on top of compound interest. That money can really grow for you. You have that growth potential that you get with fixed index annuities, not just tied to an interest rate given to you by the insurance company, but tied to indexes out there like the S&P 500, where you can still see those gains in the S&P 500, where you have proprietary indexes out there with a lot of companies now that have no cap on them. So your clients can take advantage of huge swings in the market as well. But probably my favorite benefit to fixed annuities, and the one I've kind of highlighted here about where your clients face some issues coming up in 2019, that principal security. That principal security. Your client will know that their principal that they put into an annuity with you is completely safe. And that is a great feeling. And they still get to take advantage of that growth potential with index annuities. Folks, there's a lot of tools out there. I'm just going to highlight these real fast. Levinson & Associates, they have these tools available for you. They have a lot of CD versus annuity tools. If your client is heavy in CDs, why should they move some of that money to annuities? They have pieces like the ones in front of you that they can share with you. They have some of these companies, you'll see this one is with North American in particular, but there's a lot of different pieces out there talking about the S&P 500 over the last 20 years, what it's done, and why we might be heading toward a bear market like this piece you have right in front of you right now. Take a look at this real fast. This bear market piece I really like with North American because you have this average decline is 39%. Average decline is 39%. If you're talking to a client and they're feeling really good about this bull run that we've been having, well, guess what? At some point, this is going to turn into a bear market, and that average decline is 39% when it does happen. Mr. Client, can you afford to take a 39% hit to your portfolio this close to retirement? I think that answer will be no for the most part. So this is a great piece as well that Joe and Josh have access to for you. And I wanted to share this too because this one is with Great American. You can see in the upper left, companies are talking about this. It doesn't matter which company you look at, they all have pieces like this because they know what's coming here. I just showed you the articles in the news. These are pieces from North American, Great American, Global Atlantic. All the companies are creating things like this because they know what's up ahead. It's your job as agents to get out there and talk to your clients about how they can protect themselves with fixed annuities. So folks, one tool that Levinson & Associates have access to is this annuity cheat sheet. I love this piece. I'm not going to spend too much time on each product or anything, but this is such a great product sheet for you. So you kind of know the product base that they have here at Levinson. You have your big bonus products there on the left side in the green. You have your accumulation products there in the blue. And notice how I like to part everything into client need. Folks, one of my courses that I did last year with you, one of my webinars was actually over addressing client needs. Well, this is what you got to think about with your clients. Do they need the money? Do they need to put money into an annuity for accumulation or for income? And if it's income, is it income now or is it income later? You can see on this right-hand side here, you have accumulation, you have early income. Clients will need income in the first 5 years, maybe even immediately. Or just income product like you have there with that Athene 10 bonus product where you can take income over the course of 10 years, turn it on whenever your client wants to. A lot of different options and a great cheat sheet for you that's doesn't have any rates on it really, so it's good for a long time for you. Take a look at it. This was just updated on Monday for you. Now, I want to take a minute real fast. As a third party, I like to talk about a lot of different carriers and a lot of things that are out there. But to kind of round out this entire presentation, I wanted to spend a minute real fast on North American annuities because they have some incentives out there right now that Bill was talking about that could be outstanding for you this year in 2019. If you're not taking a look at some of the things that they have, you should start now. I have some details in front of you at this moment. North American Annuities, A+ rated carrier. One of the things I like about them, they have a full product suite, whether it's traditional products with MIGAs, whether it's a SPIA product, or a slew of FIA products for every type of need out there. North American has a product for every client need. One thing I really like about North American too, if you're a veteran agent on the phone and you've done a lot of annuity sales, you try to talk to a carrier about suitability or try to pre-suitability something so you can see if it'll go through with the carrier, you're not going to get much of an answer, are you? Well, with North American, you have access to the suitability department pre-sale, where you can take a suitability sheet on a client that you had an appointment with. You can send it over to North American. They can look it over and tell you whether or not that client's going to be able to apply for an annuity. Or you can just call them with some details and they can help you out with that as well. It's an amazing feature. I think something that's really overlooked with this carrier, but it's a great service that they provide. Of course, a few other things. You have e-applications available to you with North American. You have marketing sites like nacentral.com. I was actually looking at Bill's presentation. He showed you kind of a marketing page there with some different options. He had this linked right on his page, North American marketing page for annuities. A lot of tools, a lot of brochures and pieces there, like the bear markets piece that I just showed over to you, will be available at that website. If you just want to jot that down, it's nacentral.com, where you can grab a lot of those pieces as well. No login is required, folks, so you have that deal there as well. North American has a carrier incentive trip and then bonus commission for higher producers. I'm going to get into this right now. Bill was just talking about this incentive for you agents on the call right now. You have 3 different tiers available with an opportunity to receive additional commissions. At $1 million with North American, you can receive up to 50 additional basis points paid monthly to you, retroactively to the business that you do in 2019. So again, $1 million over to North American, that's 50 basis points additional compensation with this EPC program that they have. If you do $3 million, that's a point additional compensation. If you do $5 million, 1.5% additional compensation. That's on top of those marketing dollars and everything else that Levinson and Associates is offering you as well. So some really good stuff there. If you're talking to a client with a large case, this could be an excellent opportunity for you to earn some additional compensation with an A+ rated carrier. Joe and Josh will have all the information for you on this. I just wanted to touch on it a little bit, but it's an excellent program. And another thing that this program gets you as well is an opportunity to go to Puerto Rico next year in 2020. North American doesn't do any carrier trips. They never have like this. So this is really the first time that they're doing a carrier kind of incentive trip for agents. Top 75 agents with production at North American qualify. This is in 2020 to Puerto Rico. I think it's at the Waldorf Astoria there as well. So it's going to be very nice. Again, Joe and Josh have a full portfolio for you on this information if you are interested in looking into that at all. So a couple great incentives there from North American that they're offering. Now, I want to touch on this a little bit, folks, because I just want to go over those products and those needs for you with North American, because what good is it knowing about the compensation? What good is it knowing about the incentive trip if you don't know a little bit about the products and where they could fit with your clients? If you have a pad and pen in front of you, I just want you to write down a couple of things with these next 4 or 5 slides that I have to go over. Write down the need, which is long-term accumulation, and then write down the product, North American Versa Choice 10. I know Josh knows these products inside and out with North American, so he can help you with any questions from there. But if you're looking for a good long-term accumulation product, the Versa Choice is an outstanding option. It's got a 10-year surrender. This is a very simple product. I talked about simpler products coming out. This one's only been around for about a year now. There's no fees. It's a straight accumulation product. They have outstanding no-cap indexes with the Mark V index, illustrations showing outstanding returns on 10-year lookbacks. And again, I threw in that A+ rated carrier that you're getting here. A+ rated carrier with outstanding returns, an outstanding no-cap index in the Mark V, a simple no-frills long-term accumulation product for the client who says, Mr. Agent, I just want to put some money away into a product that I know is going to protect my principal and get me some gains in the marketplace as well. This is an outstanding option for you. Now, if we want to talk about liquidity, so again, if you have a pad and pen, liquidity, the Enhanced Liquidity Rider, they call it the ELB Rider. It's actually Enhanced Liquidity Benefit Rider. So I made a little typo there. Enhanced Liquidity Benefit Rider is an outstanding option. So maybe you have that client who says they don't like annuities and they don't like them because there's not enough liquidity available in them. Well, this Enhanced Liquidity Benefit Rider can help solve that issue right away. For a 50 basis point annual charge, and again, if you're an agent who's done some annuity sales, you know most income riders are anywhere from 1% per year to 1.2%. So this is really cutting that in half. For a 50 basis point annual charge, you have up to 20% free withdrawals. Your client will have up to 20% free withdrawals from their money in this annuity, but they also have full return of premium available to their product. So if you attach this ELB rider to the VersaChoice product, guess what? You have up to 20% free withdrawals, and if you want to walk away from this product because of a family emergency, any issues like that, you have guaranteed return of premium in there after the second year. Gives your clients a lot of peace of mind, and you, the agent, you get to sleep well at night. We call it SWAN. You get to sleep well at night knowing that your clients can walk away from this if they're unhappy as well. But they add a couple other features. Remember earlier I said more and more companies are adding long-term care features to their annuities. This also comes with this ELB rider, the ADL-based waiver of surrender. ADL-based waiver of surrender. Folks, if your client can't perform 2 out of 6 of the activities of daily living, they can walk away from this product with the full accumulation value. Not the original premium that they put in, but the full accumulation value in the annuity with no surrender charge whatsoever. It's an outstanding feature, a little more peace of mind for the client who may have that long-term care need. And I'm going to dive in real fast on why that ADL base is so important. A lot of companies have these types of features where you can walk away with your original premium should you be confined to a nursing home. What a lot of those companies don't tell you is that there's a 180-day wait in that nursing home before you can access the original premium you put in. But in this instance, you could be at home, unable to perform 2 out of 6 of the ADLs, and still get full access to your accumulation value in that annuity. An outstanding feature. And what the ADL-based payout benefit is if you decide that you want to take out your money, you can take it over the course of 5 years, 5 annual payments, and there will be a multiplier on it. So really, with the ADL-based waiver of surrender, you can take a lump sum. With the payout benefit, you can take a payout over 5 years, which will be much larger than that lump sum amount is as well. So some outstanding stuff there with that ELB. Again, write it down, liquidity, enhanced liquidity benefit rider, which comes with that, which you can add to that VersaChoice product there at North American. So folks, moving on, let's go over to another need real fast. This was on that annuity cheat sheet, early income. Early income. The North American Benefit Solutions 10 can help solve that problem. If your client has a need for early income, they want to put money into an annuity and start income right away, well, this FIA can do that for them. The North American Benefit Solutions 10. Folks, here's why I like this product. Right out of the gate, it has a 20% income-based bonus in the first year. 20% first year, no questions asked, that income base. After 5 years, you have another 20% income-based bonus. After in year 11, you have another 20% income-based bonus that takes place. So with this product, if your client wants to turn on income immediately, they can look at a SPIA or they can look at this product here with the North American Benefit Solutions and get that 20% income base right out of the gate. If they keep their money in there longer, they get another 20% after year 5 and then another 20% in year 11. So take it this way, for example. Maybe you're dealing in a competitive situation. An agent's showing a product with a 12% bonus. We'll say, look, I can get you a 20% income-based bonus, not once, but 3 times. That's why they call it the 20-40-60 product at North American. If your client's goal is income at some point, you can use that tagline. The 20-40-60 product here is the Benefit Solutions with North American. And folks, what's also really nice is if your clients want a nice death benefit feature, this product has it built in. The income base can be the death benefit with a 5-year annual payout. So that income base is grown by 20%. Maybe after year 6, it's another 20%. It's grown 40%. Client passes away. Beneficiary can take that income base over 5 years, which would be much larger than what that accumulation value is. It's an outstanding early income product. It's an outstanding death benefit product available as well. Long-term income. I want to talk about this product. This is North American's newest product. And again, I'm going over this company because they have this full suite available to you, covering a lot of client needs. Folks, if you're used to Allianz's products, if you've seen these Allianz products out there, They've always been kind of the big elephant in the room, if you will. This product is made to compete directly with the Allianz 222. Here's what I like about it. You have up to 32% free withdrawals. Your clients can access up to 32% free withdrawals with this product. That's a lot of liquidity for your clients' money. Your clients can access income after 10 years, so they have to have the money in there for 10 years before they can turn on income. That's where it's kind of similar to the Allianz 222, but it has a 200% GLWB roll-up. 200% guaranteed lifetime income roll-up is what it has. What does that mean? It's tied to an index. So if your index is 5%, for example, and it does 5% to the accumulation value, you'll get double that into your income base. So then you'll get 10%, a 10% roll-up for that year with the SDAX product. It's an outstanding income product for that client who wants long-term income, meaning they don't need to turn on the income for at least 10 years. And you have that liquidity as well of up to a 32% free withdrawal. You also have possible increasing income with this product as well. Folks, that's why we use this term down here, flex liquidity, that you have here with this product. A lot of flexibility whenever you want to turn on the income after 10 years. Plus, you have that liquidity of those 32% free withdrawals available to you. That's a brand new one. That's a very exciting product there from North American as well. And folks, finally, I want to talk about flexibility real fast for you. Just to throw this in there, North American's Charter Plus and their Performance Choice, these are two of their older products, but people a lot of times forget about this. Think about the products that you see out there in the market. You don't have a lot of options anymore for flexible premium products. The ability to add additional premiums to these annuities. Those are kind of going away a bit. Well, North American's Charter Plus 14 has a 10% premium bonus for up to 7 years of deposits. That's the best in the market, having that 7-year bonus, if you will. So if you put $75,000 in, that $75,000 is going to get a 10% premium bonus. Any additional funds you add beyond that will also get 10% for the first 7 years. A real nice benefit for that client who knows they want to add additional premiums over the course of at least 7 years here. Finally, I want to mention this one here, the North American Performance Choice 12, perfect for IRA season. Folks, we are in the thick of IRA season right now. So if you have clients thinking about IRAs, thinking about those deposits that they need to make, the North American Performance Choice 12 is your product. You have a qualified minimum premium of just $2,000. You can get this product started for just $2,000. Know your contribution limits and everything else. They have increased here for 2019, but you can start a plan here with the Performance Choice 12, $2,000. Clients get a 5% premium bonus for the first 5 years of deposits. A lot of products there and a whole lot of options with North American. And again, the main reason I wanted to bring them up is because of those incentives that they have for you, the agents on the phone right now. Folks, that's all for me. I want to throw it back over to Bill and Joe. And if you guys have any questions for me as well, I'd be happy to answer anything I can.
That was awesome, Chris. Great job. And yes, type in the questions or just shoot us an email afterwards and we can get Chris involved for anything that we can't answer or if we just need his input. So no problem on that. Okay, so we have about 3 or 4 minutes left. We're almost done here. As promised, I just want to mention there's one read, okay, an unbelievable book that everybody needs to write down. And the reason why, I'm going to explain to you in just a minute here. But the first one is, it's called Can't Hurt Me by Dave Goggins, okay, and it's about a guy that became a Navy SEAL and just an unbelievable story. And the second one is actually a National Geographic documentary called Free Solo. That's Free Solo. So the first one is the book called Can't Hurt Me, which you can also download on Audible, on Amazon Audible, if you want to listen instead of actually reading. The second one is a documentary you can pull up on your cable channel or DirecTV called Free Solo. And the reason why I'm bringing these up, and I just went over this in our marketing meeting yesterday, and it's just so important because the first one is a great story about this guy that came from a real tough upbringing and was physically abused, mentally abused, and had it really, really rough, 150 pounds overweight, and long story short, became one of the top Navy SEALs, and just an unbelievable turnaround story. And his point, okay, and also the same thing as the documentary. And let me jump to the documentary real quick. Free Solo is about a young guy that climbed a wall without any safety net, safety harness. They call it free climbing, and he went up 3,000 feet without any kind of protection. It's an unbelievable story. So I encourage you to check out the book and the documentary, and the reasoning why, and why I wanted to share this with you all, and of course our marketers on staff here at Levinson, is the point behind all of this is I don't care what kind of mindset or what excuse that you have as a, let's say, an insurance agent, or maybe it's in your personal life and nothing to do with business. But let's say you need to lose weight or become, let's say, exercise a little bit or become a little healthier, or you need to start marketing annuities or life insurance or health insurance and create some videos and get your social media pages up and your website looking great. Folks, there's no more excuses, okay? When you see this book and hear this documentary, you're going to learn about two people that had this goal in place, and they did whatever it takes to make it happen, okay? Someone that lost 100 pounds in 3 to 4 months, and some guy, young guy, that climbed this 3,000-foot wall with no safety tells me that we can all go out and become successful, okay? And whatever level that means for you, great. But if it's personal or business or both, fine. The point is, there's no excuse anymore, okay? If you want to do it bad enough, there's no stopping you, okay? And by reading this book and listening to this documentary, you're going to remember me saying this, okay? I promise you that there is no stopping us as a human being, okay? If you want to start marketing in a different way, or holding a seminar or webinar and doing something a little out of your comfort zone, no more excuses. I promise you. Write down your goals now, watch the documentary, read the book, and then you let me know what you think. I want an email or a comment, and I promise you it will be worth every minute spent. With that said, Joe's going to take it for a slide or two, and then I'm going to introduce today's tablet winner. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So real quick, I want to make sure everyone knows, of course, we've been emailing out reminders. The 2019 Agent Expo is May 10th, 2019. Not just a day to kind of hear from some top presenters and carriers on new underwriting and product niches, but really a day to kind of network, talk to agents from all over the country. We should have probably 300 plus agents in attendance, and you get to hear what those agents are doing to be successful. So as you can see from the pictures, it is in beautiful sunny South Florida at a resort right on the beach. Definitely register today. We'll be sending a thank you email that has the link to register. Absolutely free for all agents to attend, and based on your production, just starting at $15,000 a premium, we actually will pay for a free night at that beachfront resort or round trip airfare, depending on what you qualify for. But it's a really, really great day. On the right-hand side, Joe Ross, keynote speaker. Like Bill said, hands down, one of the best presenters in the industry. So definitely a day you do not want to miss. Also, on the next slide here, upcoming agent training events, our agency automator platform, which is a phenomenal CRM and prospecting tool. We have trainings every single day, Monday through Friday. I highlighted Friday because we just added the best practices webinar. This is where you can learn what other agents are doing inside of the agency automator platform to really be successful. And again, that platform comes with a free website builder with client quote engines, calculators, lead capture, everything you need to be able to be successful with your own agent agent website. At the bottom there, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're having a webinar that actually is featuring one of our Sell While You Sleep carriers, talking about new guaranteed issue and true simplified issue, critical illness, hospital indemnity, accident, vision, dental, term, final expenses at 2 p.m. Eastern. A great webinar and some great ancillary products that tie right in to your agent website with a client-driven process. So you definitely don't want to miss that. That link to register will also be in today's thank you email.
Okay, great stuff, Joe. This is our last slide. And I just want to end with a couple things, and then we'll let everybody go. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time. We have another webinar tomorrow. As Joe said, we're talking about some of our Sell While You Sleep direct-to-consumer products. We have a great incentive, so try to make that webinar same time, 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So we have back-to-back webinars this week. And just remember that, you know, if you're in the insurance space, health, P&C, annuity, always let the consumer know that you handle all lines, okay? It's just a horrible thing when your client that you've worked so hard to build that trust and relationship goes to another agent to buy a product that you can sell yourself. So that's an important takeaway. The tablet winner, okay, so the 100th registrant today was R. Bach, B-A-C-H, that's R. Bach. We'll mail that out today. We're going to end with our Positive Tuesday quote. Now, obviously, Tuesday is yesterday, so every single Tuesday, we post these motivational, inspirational quotes on all of our social media pages and our website. We use them on our webinars, and I try to create something kind of unique every week just to give all of us a little kick in the butt when needed. We're going to end with this. You can't ever go back and change the beginning, but you can always go back and change the ending. It's never too late. With that said, have a great rest of the week, a good weekend, and great selling. Take care.